struggle to see outside of their work reality. First of all, sports is their entire life. So academically, they've mailed it in often. And secondly, let's face it, they're all zillionaires, all millionaires, and so they don't live like the rest of us. I mean, they don't live the life that the rest of us do. So yesterday, Roddy White, who's a very good receiver for the Atlanta Falcons, and I've had him on this show, I've had him on Sports Nation, I like him. I think he's a really good player. But he wrote on Twitter that he could not believe that Roger Goodell was going to make $20 million a year by 2019. Now, first of all, what that sounds like a lot of money, and it is, but never forget this with commissioners. The NFL is a private company, and the owners are the equity stakeholders. So Roger Goodell has no company share. He's got no stock options. That's all he gets. And I got news for you. It's a $9 billion business annually. There are people making $15 million a year that are not in $800 million companies. He's running a $9 billion annual company, and that's what it makes now. When the new TV contracts kick in 2 to 3 years, it'll be an $11 billion industry. Well, Colin, anybody could run that thing. Really? You watch baseball's popularity and cultural significance erode in 25 years? You don't think commissioners matter? The NBA was dead before David Stern. They were putting the Eastern Conference Finals on tape delay at 11:30 after the local news. The NBA was dead. David Stern came in, put the name on the back of the jersey in front, made players stars, not teams or rivalries or cities. The league is now doing very well. If you just think sports stay the same, you're nuts. It's Tagliabue and Roger Goodell who have negotiated seamlessly monster contracts. Meanwhile, in baseball, let's be honest, the New York Giants' first game of the year beat a Yankee playoff game in New York. That doesn't happen 25 years ago. Leadership is key. If you don't think leadership matters, and just because you got a great education, anybody can run anything, I give you October '08 Wall Street. Ivy League guys put this nation in a financial dumpster. Okay? Leadership is hard to find. Go look at Congress. Wide receivers are incredibly replaceable. It's called the draft. It happens every April. Okay? Favre exits, Aaron Rodgers arrives. Not a speed bump. Peyton out, Andrew Luck in. Business as usual. Now, I give you 2 examples where it was more seamless than usual. But if you don't think leadership matters, the Patriots had 18 undrafted players, 11 more drafted 4th rounder later, Super Bowl. The Raiders, 1st and 2nd round picks everywhere. Couldn't make the playoffs in the lousy AFC West. Why do the Steelers, why do the Patriots, why do the New York Giants and Eagles keep winning? Why do the Buccaneers not? Why do the Lions not? Why do the Raiders don't? Why don't the Bengals make it? Leadership is worth every penny if it's really good. And I got to tell you something. One of the things about this country that drives me nuts is why people resent what other individuals make. Resent an inefficient, wasteful government. Resent corporations, 60% that don't pay any taxes. Why would you resent another individual? A recent study indicated that if you double the taxes of the top 1% of individual earners, it would make absolutely no dent whatsoever to the national debt. But if you simply had a 15% flat tax on corporations, for all corporations, domestic or overseas that work here, it would make a significant dent in the national debt. Yet the government and corporations get exactly what they want. People complaining about individuals' wealth, not the real issue of government inefficiency and corporate scapes past taxes. Those are the real issues. That's where you solve the national debt. It's not on the guy that owns a lumber yard earning $1 million a year. It's not on that guy. So I have no idea why a wide receiver in the NFL would resent. And for the record, couldn't everybody in this country argue that a very replaceable wide receiver, I mean, they're dropping about 9 a year out of college. Victor Cruz went to UMass. couldn't I argue a wide receiver's overpaid? I mean, you know, listen, Roddy White, love you. Stop talking. You're being ridiculous. Leadership, anybody that's worked for a bad boss or a bad company, no matter how great the employee talent is, it can't overcome it. If you're a school teacher and have a lousy principal, it doesn't matter if you have 70 great teachers. You got a bad school. Leadership is worth every penny. Alex, you're in the herd on ESPN Radio.
Yes, I love the show.